Hey guys, Rick here and welcome back to the practice room. I think we're on to episode 7 now, and today I'm going to talk about how I approach choosing scales, my scale choices for soloing over the Cool Changes backing track. I uploaded a video yesterday to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you've seen it. Hope you enjoyed it. I posted on my Facebook fan page asking if you guys would be interested in me talking about my scale choices for those chords within the backing track, and the general consensus was yes, so here I am doing this video. So I'm going to take a look at the chords. I'm going to talk you through my approach. Remember, the practice room is all about my specific approach to doing it, so we'll cover that in a second. Firstly though, I just want to let you know that my debut album from back in 2010 is now available as a high quality lossless format download from my website. So I'll put the link in the description box below, so please check that out. There's been a lot of you guys asking for this high quality version of my album, so I've done it. It's available for you, so make sure you head on over and get your hands on it. Okay, so let's take a look at the chords within the backing track. That's the first thing I do with that whenever I'm presented with something that I've got to solo over, straight to the chords to see what my scale choices are. Then I'll kind of weed out the scales that I think don't sound that great, and I'll pick the ones that I really like the sound of. Again, what I follow is, for my own sort of approach, is my ear. You know, I really don't care what a rule book says you should do or shouldn't do. This is my guide. You know, I listen to it, and if it sounds good, then I use it. Simple as that. At the same time though, it's really important that you're aware of the notes that you're choosing to play in relation to the chord that's happening at any given time. So always relate the notes that you've got from the root of that chord, so that you know exactly intervallically what it is that you're doing. It certainly helps me when it comes to improvising, if I'm in control, so that I'm in control of my note choice. So let's get to the first chord. First chord is this, which is an A minor 7 with an added ninth in it, the open B. Beautiful voicing. Okay, so the first choice usually would be A Dorian, and that works well. But I think A Aeolian works really well in this particular progression. So the obvious difference between those two is the 6 degrees. So in Dorian you've got natural 6, Aeolian flat 6. In order to circumvent that issue of not being sure, you know, which one to use, what I tend to do is I tend to play a pentatonic scale. I'll play the E minor pentatonic scale over this chord, and that enables me to miss out that 6 degrees, so I can kind of follow the framework of a minor pentatonic scale and not have to think about that 6 degree. You know, it's important to know exactly what interval you're on at any given time, but this is a great way of being able to do that, especially when you're playing faster lines. You know, you don't have to think about it as much then. So over this chord, if I am including a 6, it'll usually be a flat 6 over this. It works well. Dorian does as well. That still works, but I'll lean towards Aeolian. So, and again, E minor pentatonic over this A chord, A minor 7 chord. Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. So let's move on. So next chord is a B7 sharp 5. Usually whenever I'm presented with a dominant chord with a sharpened 5th in it, I'll go straight to the altered scale. Works great. You've got some really nice altered notes there, the sharp 5, the flat 9, you know, the sharp 9, they work really well. They sound great. It's not your only option. If you want to sound a little bit less outside. You know, if you want to create a little bit less tension, a great choice would be B phrygian dominant. That works really, really well. Very, very nice. You can also play something like a half whole over it. Even though theoretically you've got, you haven't got a sharpened fifth in the half whole scale. And if you look at the chords, that's got a sharpened fifth in it, so theoretically that would clash, but you know, sometimes it does work. It's worth trying just to see if you like the sound of it. I tend not to use it. I'll probably use the altered scale or the Phrygian dominant scale over this chord. Okay, let's move on. E minor 9 next. Again, I will probably go with E Aeolian. Works really, really well, but again you can use E Dorian if you want, and again you can circumvent that issue of not being sure whether to do a flat 6 or a natural 6 by playing the minor pentatonic scale being a fifth higher than that. So a fifth higher than the root of our E minor chord. So B minor pentatonic. That works really well, and again there's no sixth in that, so that gives you the option to bypass that that note. So it's a really, really great sounding scale. So those are my sort of go-to choices there. Final chord, B7 flat 5, sorry, B flat 7 flat 5, and the best sounding scale here is Lydian dominant, B flat Lydian dominant. Works really, really well. Great sound. Various different ways of thinking about that. You might want to think from the parent melodic minor scale, which is F melodic minor. If you want. You know, it's always good to try different perspectives to see if it makes you play differently, or E superloquium. But again, it's always important to relate the intervals that you're playing to the root of the chord. Okay, essential. So, some scale choices there. Make sure you get practicing it. I'll make the backing track available for you, because I don't think that link is still valid from the old link that I had for the backing track, so I'll make it available for you, and I really want to see your videos of you soloing over this. So, hope you've enjoyed my take on scale choices over this backing track, and I will catch up with you guys next episode of the practice room. See, no editing. Take it easy, guys.